It is absolutely possible to interrupt a repeating pattern if you look at your life from the perspective of your consciousness weaving a web of reality around the center, around who you are. My name is Anya. I teach people about consciousness, spirituality, that the power is right in your center. This resistance point that I would like to highlight today is something so counterintuitive to the mind that even practiced people like myself have to remind ourselves to go there if we want to interrupt something, find our freedom from either a thought reality or a pattern that continues occurring in our life. We want to interrupt a repeating pattern. There's usually something unwanted, something threatening, and something triggering, something that our mind says, I don't want this. And we don't necessarily want to get rid of that part, but we want to add a perspective that something in our consciousness wants what it continues including into the fabric of our reality. You may fight me on this, as your mind will when you do this work on your own. The mind is going to say, I do not want this war. I do not want this conflict. I do not want to constantly be short of money. I do not want my body not to be well. I know, and I don't want those things either. But until we see that there is a part in us that does not believe that it can have what it wants, really, peace, prosperity, complete freedom, creativity, without including the obstacle in question, we are not going to transcend it. Let's ease that common fear right away, though, that by admitting that something inside of you continues reaching for what continues happening, you are not signing a contract that you want this forever. You still get to keep the intention to rid your life of whatever it is that you don't like, but temporarily we will put that on hold because that is not in question, that is visible to us. And our job is to bring up what is invisible, confused, in pain, scared, separate part of us that believes it has to follow the old map to achieve wholeness, and only after those conditions are met, then it can have and manifest exactly what it wants. If you're a serious student of consciousness and spirituality, and by spirituality I mean everything is connected, everything is one, that's all it is. If you're serious about shifting reality, you have to take a moment and sit with yourself to check whether or not you believe, or are at least open to believing, that your consciousness has something to do with reality. It is a part of everything that you need, not to just get started, like everything is right here. Theory, practice to do afterwards. But if you need a little help, first of all, the book is pretty packed. I created a completely free PDF guide. Download it. Also in the guide, you can reach out to me directly, and I can recommend a coach. I also offer you a little discount. But this is the place to start. Get your copy. And I hope you will be one of the people that emails me to tell me how much things have changed.